that you've told me before that your version of Snow White is different, and it's more of a 2022 version of Snow White. What did you mean by that?
I mean, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
What happens when a $300 million Disney movie underperforms at the box office and the lead actress gets emotional on Instagram Live just days before the premiere? Rachel Zegler, who stars in Disney's Snow White, recently broke down in a live stream, and now the internet is split. Some call her vulnerable and honest. Others say it's an attempt at damage control. With Disney working behind the scenes to manage a growing PR issue, this situation has become much more than just a case of poor ticket sales. From online controversy to political debates, and the studio going almost completely silent, we're breaking down how this fairy tale turned into a serious problem. Let's begin with the numbers. They're tough. The official budget for the Snow White remake was reportedly $269 million. Though insiders say the real figure passed $300 million due to multiple reshoots, production delays, and marketing expenses. When you're spending Marvel-level money on a fairy tale reboot, breaking even requires a huge return, around $800 million globally. But early forecasts are disappointing. Originally expected to open at $65 million, the film is now projected to earn between $48 and $58 million domestically. That's not just underwhelming, it's a major concern for Disney. Now to Rachel Zegler, who has unintentionally become the center of the debate. At first, her casting as Snow White was seen as a bold, inclusive choice, a Latina actress playing a beloved Disney character. However, reactions online quickly shifted. Critics pointed out that the original story described Snow White as having skin as white as snow, accusing Disney of altering the character to push a political message. The backlash grew louder when Rachel commented on the original 1937 film, calling it outdated. She criticized the love story and stated that her Snow White would be a leader, not someone waiting for a prince. Many online saw these remarks as dismissive of what made the classic story beloved in the first place. Then, things took a political turn. After the 2024 US election, which saw Donald Trump win re-election, Rachel posted a story on Instagram saying, "May Trump supporters and Trump himself never know peace." The comment sparked widespread backlash, bringing political, critics, and even some neutral audiences into the discussion. Many began urging Disney to distance itself from her. She was compared to Gina Carano, who lost her role in The Mandalorian over political statements. Disney remained silent. The studio didn't respond to the controversy, neither defending nor criticizing Rachel. They stepped back entirely. As the film's release approached, pre-sale numbers were low, social media was flooded with boycott hashtags, and press coverage was limited. Then, reportedly, Rachel went live on Instagram. In a Q&A session, she appeared visibly emotional. According to various clips circulating online, she spoke about how much effort she put into the film, the intense criticism she's received, and how isolated the experience has made her feel. At one point, she reportedly began to tear up, saying she never meant to offend anyone and only wanted to bring something fresh to the character. She also mentioned receiving threats, fearing for her career, and feeling devastated to watch the project unravel before release. The clips spread quickly. Some viewers praised her for being sincere and open, calling it a moment of courage. Others were skeptical, accusing her of trying to gain sympathy just before the premiere. As with much of this story, opinions were deeply divided. To her credit, Rachel later issued a formal apology about the political post, saying her emotions got the best of her and promising to be more thoughtful going forward. But by that time, much of the damage had already been done. Disney, fully aware of the situation, scaled down the red carpet premiere and delayed ticket pre-sales until just 11 days before the release, an unusual move for a major film. And now, with early numbers rolling in, it's looking like Snow White might not just fall short, it could end up being one of Disney's biggest box office disappointments in years. At the core of this issue is a growing disconnect between major studios and their audiences. When Disney first began remaking animated classics in live action, hits like The Jungle Book and Beauty and the Beast were major successes. But over time, the appeal began to fade. What once felt nostalgic now feels formulaic, and some say overly focused on messaging. Fans aren't only upset about the casting or script changes. Many feel that the heart of the original story has been lost, replaced by a modern narrative. That doesn't resonate the same way. Reimagining classics through contemporary themes isn't necessarily wrong, but here, it seems to have divided audiences more than brought them together. Social media is now filled with negative feedback, from disappointed longtime Disney fans to open calls for boycotts. Some even began review bombing the film before it premiered. Memes mocking Rachel's past comments and the film's direction have gone viral. YouTubers, critics, and former fans have all weighed in, and Disney's silence has only fueled the controversy. Notably, aside from Rachel's livestream, the rest of the cast has remained largely quiet. There have been no major promotional tours, no trending interviews. It feels like the movie has been quietly pushed out, without much support. So what does this mean for those involved? For Rachel Zegler, it's a dramatic shift. Just 2 years ago, she was celebrated as a rising star. Her performance in West Side Story won critical acclaim and even a Golden Globe. But now, her name is often linked to controversy more than success. If Snow White continues to struggle, studios may start to see her as a risky choice, someone whose presence might overshadow a film. That doesn't mean her career is over, but it does mean her next moves are crucial. A well-chosen role, a strong performance, and a lower profile could help reset the narrative. As for Disney, this could be a turning point. If Snow White officially fails at the box office, the studio might have to rethink its entire live-action remake strategy. Projects in development could be paused, changed, or even scrapped. Investors will take notice, so will shareholders. And culturally, this may mark a shift away from the current blend of nostalgia and activism that's come with mixed responses. In a time where audiences are asking for fresh stories and less corporate influence, Disney might now face the real consequences of prioritizing headlines over heart. That wraps up today's video. Make sure to subscribe to LoafTube for more celebrity coverage, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload. See you next time!